G'day lawnies, welcome back to the channel. In today's video we are doing a bit of a dive into pre-emergents and how they can help make your life a lot easier with your lawn care. So let's get into it. So as I've mentioned before, we're going to do a bit of a dive into pre-emergents because I have put some pre-emergent down on this lawn a few days ago now. I put down Spartan, which is a pre-emergent to stop all your grassy weeds from germinating, your winter grass, your paspalum, your crow's foot, and a bunch of others as well. But they're obviously the main ones we're trying to tackle, especially coming into winter. It's going to be winter grass. But there's a couple of things you need to know before applying a pre-emergent. And there's one main one, which for me is making sure I have got a nice root system in my lawn, because the pre-emergents are actually going to sit in the top 3 centimeters of your root zone. So that's basically when the seed starts to germinate. It's going to inhibit the seed germinating anymore by inhibiting the root growth, and your seed will die. So that's how it attacks it. It doesn't kill the seed, doesn't stop it germinating. It just inhibits the root growth, and that will stop your seed from developing even further, and that's how you stop your weeds. And if you're like me, and out the front here, I'm going to be overseeding this patch here and this patch here with ryegrass. You cannot put pre-emergent down. So yeah, if you want to do any overseeding or any plugging or anything, you cannot use a pre-emergent, because that will obviously root prune and you'll have some major issues. So that's another thing to be careful of. If you're planning on overseed like me, don't put pre-emergent down. So liquid form, you have quite a few options. Obviously I've got Spartan here, which is a 250 ml bottle, which also comes in a ½ litre bottle. And then there's also Barricade as well, which comes in a full litre bottle. And then as you move over to granulars, I've got Onset 10 GR here, which comes in this bucket here, but also in a big 20 kilo bag. And it's got the exact same active, which is your prodiamine. That's the active you want. That'll inhibit the root growth. But then also you do have Oxifert, Oxstar. I've used Oxifert before, and basically that is a product that you can put down straight away. Obviously cool season grasses you can't, and I think Santa Ana you might not be able to as well, so please read the label on all your products. But that one is mixed with a granular fertilizer as well, so you can actually chuck that down with your fresh lawn, and only lasts for about 3 months, so you have to reapply a bit earlier. But that is another product that you can use for sure. But for straight pre-emergents, you got both granular and also liquid, so there's no reason why you can't make your life a lot easier. So let's get into it now and put it down. So once again, I filmed this on a previous day and I forgot that I showed you again Onset and also Spartan. So we're going to roll with the liquid form because we're doing a mix with Hydromax. So 40 ml per 100 square meters is the winter grass rate. So that's what we're going to roll with for this, and that's going to get us 6 months protection. So sort of get us through autumn, winter, and then back ready for another application come springtime. Now me personally, I do like to mix a lot of my gear in a separate jug before putting it in my tank mix. So I have a sort of 2 litre jug that I half fill and then add my liquids in and just give it a nice good stir. And that's obviously now where we're coming on to our next part, which is Hydromax soil wetter. So I'm using that at 300 ml per 100 square meters as it was due for a top up. And that is perfect timing because I can use my Hydromax with Spartan as a tank mix. And what it will do is it will actually help the Spartan penetrate the soil a lot more evenly and make sure it gets into all the spots and not have potentially any missed spots that could have arisen from a bit of a miss in spraying. So that's why applying it with a Hydromax is a much more efficient way to do it. Anyway, enough of me yabbering on here. Let's chuck it in the tank in the Milwaukee backpack sprayer, and then we will get it onto the lawn and we'll be weed free, or hopefully weed free, this autumn and winter. Let's get to it. Alright Lawnies, we are now all done out here. So as I said, we've had the Spartan down now, so the pre-emergent is all down. Hopefully it'll stop those pesky weeds from germinating and causing me havoc. So yeah, if you haven't already, perfect time to start planting that pre-emergent to get it down, because that is the last thing we'll do is have to fight extra weeds, and especially when you're coming into spring as well. You know, you don't want to be fighting all those weeds when you're trying to get your grass to potentially come out of dormancy if you've got a warm season grass like mine. So perfect time now to get them down and make sure you are all weed free. As I've mentioned before as well, I've got some great content coming out. I can't wait to get stuck into this rye overseed on the Tahoma out the front yard. That'll be happening sort of the next week or so. I'll get that started. Hopefully that won't take too long. We've still got some really nice weather. Then also I'll be going through the shed and going through my Milwaukee gear and also my mower, and sort of just doing a run through of sort of what I'm using as well. So yeah, plenty of stuff coming your way in the not too distant future. So make sure if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit that like. Any questions, drop them down below. And yeah, thanks again everyone for watching, and we'll catch you next time.